Go protect your home the way we do with Sloman's Home Security, folks. And if you want some great news, how about this? A free doorbell camera. That's right. The first 40 Big O listeners who dial 1-800-ALARM-ME will get this limited time offer of a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your smartphone with installation of your Sloman's Shield. And that's not all, folks. Sloman's is going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're getting an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and backup battery. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 Big O listeners to call 1-800-ALARM-ME, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman's Shield. Keep your family safe like we do here in the Alzugaray family. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
This is the Big O Show.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
It's the Big O Show. You're tuned in to the hottest sports radio.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
Orlando, a.k.a. the Big O. He covers all the South Florida teams.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Dolphins to the heat, well, you know what I mean. Monday to Friday, lollipop blow in the...
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Show on the radio, the top's where we gonna go. Miami, that's the way we roll.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
On the morning show, we go. No one has a similar show. Talk sports, talk plays, talk.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Live and direct, because nobody do it better than Big O in the set. From sunrise, listen live.
When you're ready to purchase a new home or refinance the one you have, American Dream Lending will make sure your loan experience is easy with fast approvals and quick closings. With many loan programs and competitive rates, now is the time to turn your dreams into reality. Ask about special financing for veterans. They never charge an application fee, and you will work directly with one of their experienced loan professionals. Stop dreaming and contact American Dream Lending today. 786-802-1727 or online at adreamlending.com. The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Welcome aboard. Yes, sir. It is ready. We are ready to rock and roll, baby, from Sports Grill here on Bird Road like we do every single week. Dolphins getting ready for a little Saints action. And, of course, we are here at Sports Grill on Bird Road in 114th. Come on out and join us. Get ready for a little football action. The boys, let's see if they can get it done and make it 7 in a row. After going 1-7, now you got an opportunity to go win 7 in a row. And so this would be an absolutely amazing feat by the Miami Dolphins. Everything has been set up. We talked about this on the morning show. It is all set up for the Dolphins. Everything that had to happen has happened. So now it's up to the Miami Dolphins to kind of complete the entire picture now. The Dolphin Nation is psyched after a brutal start that pretty much saw your playoff, chances go by the wayside. Some miracle. Teams have lost. There's a lot of parity. There's a lot of COVID. There's a lot of those kind of issues going on, and it's opened the door for the Miami Dolphins to do what they have a chance to do tonight in the Big Easy, which would be absolutely – now, it would only be one step of 3, as we all know. This has been a series of, in a way, playoff games for the Miami Dolphins. Because if they lost last week or 3 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago, they wouldn't be in this position right now. They'd still be in the position that they need help. Now they're in a position where all they've got to do is help themselves. Unfortunately, they did a fantastic job of burying themselves to start the season. They've been able to dig themselves out of that hole. Now that they've been able to dig themselves out of that hole, can they finish the job? Sometimes we see it in games when you're playing. It doesn't matter what it is. The team falls behind by 20 in basketball, and they kill themselves to come back, to tie the game, to take a short lead, only to kind of run out of gas, and then the other team ends up winning. Well, I don't think that's the case for the Dolphins this year. I don't think they've killed themselves to the point that they're out of gas now. In fact, they're better than most right now, right? They're better off than the Saints right now. The Saints have 21 players on the COVID list. The Dolphins don't have that problem. they've had a little bit of that issue. They've had some injuries, but they're not missing 21 players. So tonight you have so many advantages going into this game. It's not just the streak. It's not that you're playing better than the Saints right now. It's also that you're healthier than the Saints right now. You've got a better quarterback, situation right now than the Saints. There's a lot of positives right now for the Miami Dolphins. They've got to finish the job over the next couple of weeks. So this playoff-like scenario will continue for them for the next couple of weeks. And they've done a marvelous job of staying on that playoff track the last 6 weeks, right? So now, hey, listen, a few weeks ago, we're all talking, hey, can they win 9 in a row? And I'm like, yo, slow down. 9 in a row is a lot, and it's still a lot. But hell, man, they've done 6 already. So now they've got a chance. This is the hardest stretch. You have beaten a Baltimore team. You have beaten Carolina's secondary or defensive secondary, which was number 1 against the pass. Not a good team overall, but they had half their team was threatening. Okay. But overall, you've taken advantage of a lot of bad teams. The Saints are a good team that are injury riddled. So they are an injured animal that you have now pressed into a corner. So we don't know how they're going to react. But you've got to figure that a guy like Sean Payton is going to have them prepared. You know what I'm saying? So you've got to be ready. And then you've got Tennessee next week. And while I don't fear the quarterback in any way, shape, or form, I do fear Mike Vrabel. I do fear that defense. I do fear that they do have an offensive line and a running game, even though it's not the Derrick Henry type, but they can still, do some damage. These are things that they're going to be able to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when you look at that situation, we'll see how it all turns out. We'll see if the team can actually overcome all this adversity. And if they're able to win 9 in a row, it obviously would be just absolutely fantastic for this team to be able to do it. But everything is set for you now. The Dolphins did their part, right? They won the 6 games. So they set themselves up to be in this position once again. So now that you're in this position, because you were in the position at the beginning of the year, right? If you take care of business and you beat the Raiders and you beat certain teams, you wouldn't be in this position right now. Now you've taken the next step. Now you've got to finish the job over the next 3 weeks against this, and it starts tonight against the New Orleans Saints. So we'll see. So welcome aboard. We are going to have some fun. Looking forward to it. Hopefully, if you have some time, come on out here to Sports Grill on Bird Road and 114th. We'll be out here through the postgame. So we'll have a new addition to the postgame too today, because Cameron Wolf will be joining us on the postgame show. So we'll have 3 insiders that cover the team, and will be joining us on the postgame side. Joe Shad is set to join us in 7 minutes. He'll join us at 6:30. So we'll have some fun with him. Dougley Do-Wrong, who I do a show with every week on his channel. So now he's going to join us on our channel, and he's going to join us for pregame now. So every week he'll join us a half hour prior to kickoff. This week it'll be at 7:45. We will have Dougley, and we'll have some fun with him, and we'll talk about all kinds of things with the Dolphins. He had a funny tweet he put out. He said, "Oh no, don't say it, don't say it. The Houston Texans have as many wins this year as they did last year with Deshaun Watson." Our quarterbacks need support, baby. Doesn't matter who you are. You're not going to carry a team by yourself. That's just not the way it rolls. You know what I'm saying? So that's the funny part of it all. Anyway, so we got a lot of things to talk about today on the show. We, of course, remember, if you want to make the donation, like always, Cash App or Venmo, that is Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. I see Raging Dolphin Maniac is in. He says, not worried about Tua tonight. Tua and Waddle have experience on that national stage under the lights. Yeah, but you still got to stay away from the mistakes. And Tua even talked about that, where he's got to stay away from those mistakes. So that's going to be very important. Let's see. What else do we have again here? Thomas Jensen doesn't want me to mention Jack Del Rio. Okay. I don't know why. The Finns tailgate is in. Jose Banos is in. Lisa Rose is in. Vibe International. Bromar Smelly. The president is in. Alexa V. Ryan R. Josh is in. So Josh, you were a little behind your wife, just like a notch behind. You know, you gotta catch up. The wife got him before you did, bro. Let's see. Greg the Kill Switch is in. He's up in Ohio. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate you checking in. Joe is in. He says, let's start off strong on offense and defense. Play with the lead. Just play smart football and get this win tonight. I'm with you, man. Eddie Lepp also in. Herman Cueva. Folks, don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button while you're on the show there. Whether you're listening to the podcast or you're watching live, please always smash that like button. It is very, very important. Big O, remember the Colts game? They were very injured and Colts won that game. Yeah, and Colts are very good. Colts are very good. And we've learned that since then, right? Colts are a damn good team, bro. Billy Caliva, right? I think it is. He's in. Dougie Fresh is in. Clee Torres, Raging Dolphin. Joe says, Big O, that's what bothers the hell out of me. If they just rattled off 2 or 3 of those games, what a difference this season would be. Shout out to Dougley Durong. All right. Yeah, that's but the good thing is they've at least righted the ship to the point that they have a chance. And hey, these games matter, man. And you know, I think that's a blessing for us as Dolphin fans. We've had a lot of years where at this point we're talking draft already. And notice how I haven't allowed any kind of draft talk really on my show. Why? Because we're not done with the season yet. So if the season's done, then we can turn the page and we can talk about changes and all that stuff. But, you know, I'm not here to talk about, what the Dolphins may do with their first round pick or second round pick or any of that crap. Why? Because we still have a season left. And for us, this is a blessing. It's an incredible blessing that we're watching games in December and January that are actually going to matter. So at least we have that. And that to me matters a lot, at least as a fan. You know, I find that to be a cool thing that we've got that opportunity at least to make this something. You know, so if at least you're able to somehow pull off the miracle and win the next 3, and you did win 9 in a row, it'll be one hell of a way to cap off the season and finally sneak into the playoffs and get it done. So, you know, hopefully that'll be the end result of tonight's contest, because you need to win tonight to make the Tennessee game matter even more. And then, of course, you get to close it out against the Patriots. And 2 years ago, in a year where you won 5 games, ending the year in Foxborough and ending the dynasty, by the way, because that's what you did that year. You ended the dynasty. You didn't allow them to get the bye week. They had to play in the wild card round, and it was over. And it was done, and Brady was off and running. And this year, you know, you look at Mac Jones, and he's been so overrated for so long now that a lot of people now are finally catching up to a lot of the stuff that we talked about here on the show. Way back when into the preseason, I kept telling you, he doesn't really score a lot of points, you know, and it's because, you know, he's kind of a man in the box, which I kind of saw it in the preseason, and that's kind of what he's been. But we've had all this overreaction on Herbert, overreaction on Mac Jones, and then obviously killing Tua for absolutely no reason at all when you're not even giving him an opportunity. And throughout the year, that's also been the sweet part about all of this, that he's kind of proven a lot of people wrong, and he's changed everybody's outlook at how well, not everybody, but a lot of people have changed their outlook and how they view him now. Now, some people say, you know what, I was wrong. I think you can build around him. You know, that thought is changing. And that's because you have to give things time to actually develop. As we've talked about many, many times, you know, whenever we start anything new, we're not going to do this. Go look at the first few shows here that we started when we restarted on June 14 compared to now. You know, it's night and day, right? Because we're figuring things out. We're adding elements. We're adding sponsors, all of those kind of things. And that's how it goes. It evolves. We had to be patient. And the blessing is that everything matters today. It matters what Tua does. It matters what the O-line does. It matters what the team does. The season matters. The next 3 games matter. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. And that's why I'm not allowing anybody, at least on this show, to turn the page and talk about next year and what to do and all those kind of things and what draft picks and free agency. Man, we'll have months to talk about that kind of stuff. Okay? We're going to be the only show that's going to be at a lot of these places in the off season, like we have been for over 20 years. So, you know, let's pump the brakes. Let's enjoy the moment. And tonight is a good moment to enjoy. And hopefully we'll have a lot of things to celebrate. All right, let's do this. Let's take a really quick break. When we come back, hopefully Joe Shad will be joining us with the American Dream Lending Miami Dolphins weekly report. Quick break, live from Sports Grill here on Bird Road and 114th. Come on by and join us as we get ready for the 8:15 kickoff right here on the Big O Radio Show. For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. For over 25 years, South Floridians have counted on Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises for their roofing needs. In South Florida, we battle the sweltering heat, rain, winds, and all kinds of tropical storms. That's why when it comes to protecting your family, home, or business, call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs. All work fully guaranteed with the customer's complete satisfaction. A-plus rated member of the Better Business Bureau. Licensed and insured. There's no buts about it. When your roof needs repair or replacement, go to TommyBButtsJrEnterprises.com. A certified whitening contractor. Dolphins fans, buckle up. It's time for the American Dream Lending Miami Dolphins Report with Joe Shad. When you're ready to purchase a new home or refinance the one you have, American Dream Lending will make sure your loan experience is easy. With fast approvals and quick closings. Call them at 786-802-1727 or online at adreamlending.com. Here's Joe Shad with today's edition of the American Dream Lending Report.
Not sure why I don't hear you. I heard you.
Okay, wait a minute. Now you got me now, right?
It actually wasn't my fault for once.
No. I'm an idiot. I had the mic off there because I was actually talking off air. So I turned off the mic like a responsible person normally does. So how you feeling, man? You feeling good?
I am doing well. I'll be watching this evening's game from the comfort of my daughter's playroom. Since the Dolphins have moved to the all Zoom format, figured I'd just go ahead and stay home. And we got some good news tonight. The CDC has changed their guidance. If you test positive, you only have to isolate for 5 days now instead of 10. I do not have COVID, but this is good news for all of us.
Yeah, it is. I think it's because this strain is not as strong as the other one, and it's not like the death toll is crazy right now. So I think that's probably what it is, and we're lucky that this strain isn't as bad as the Delta and all the other ones that we've faced already.
Yeah, and they're saying that folks are really only highly contagious for a day or two after testing positive. So, there was a record number, 100 plus players in the National Football League who tested positive and went on the COVID-19 list. But the NFL certainly is in line with the CDC in trying to get those players back to the field as quickly as possible. And so, for example, you see all these key players for the Tennessee Titans testing positive today, and the Dolphins have a key game at Tennessee on Sunday. But just because they tested positive today doesn't mean they're out. The AJ Jones, AJ is it?
Brown, huh?
I was mixing up AJ Green and Julio Jones, the SEC stars. Julio Jones tested positive, but that doesn't mean he's out for the Dolphins game.
Right, exactly. He could end up being cleared by then, and so that's a good thing for them, at least. Obviously, not for the Miami Dolphins if they do get him back. All right, so tonight, Joe, a couple of weeks ago, I would have fans comment, well, if we can run off 9 in a row, and I'm like, yo, slow down, relax. 9 in a row is a lot. Well, Joe, they've done the miracle, dude. They've won 6 in a row, and they put themselves in position for everything to matter over the next 3 weeks. I don't think we can ask for more than that.
No, I mean, with the softening of the schedule, you certainly saw an opportunity. There were a lot of bad teams and all lined up in a row there. The Jets twice, the Giants, the Panthers, these were all beatable teams. And so once the Dolphins upset the Ravens on national TV, and that put them at 2-7 or 3-7, you certainly sat there and said, listen, it's possible to make a run for 7-7. Now, with the developments on Sunday and the fact that the Dolphins now can actually move into playoff position with a victory tonight against the team that has 21 players out with COVID, you could never have anticipated that. You could never have said it 1-7. The odds would have to have been 350-1 that at 1-7, the Dolphins would be in a position where if they just win the next 3, they make the playoffs. Astronomical odds, and it's all lined up for them. The Dolphins actually have some really good luck right now.
Yeah, 1-7, I gave them no shot pretty much at making the playoffs. I mean, it just takes a miracle, and that's exactly what they've pulled off. So, Joe, we know what they've got to do, right? They've got to take care of the football. They got to play smart, all that kind of stuff. So tell me, what's the scenario outside of turnovers that if you're a Dolphins fan, you should be concerned about going into this game? Because I'm not really concerned about Ian Book, but what else would concern you?
Well, the Saints are missing their best linebackers, like all of them, and their best safety. All right, but they have a couple of defensive ends, Cameron Jordan, who has come on, and Marcus Davenport, who entered today questionable with a knee and a shoulder. So we don't know if he's going to be able to go and how healthy he is if he does go. But Davenport and Jordan are a problem. And that's probably why the Dolphins activated 2 extra tackles for this game.
Smart. I play a lot of 6 linemen in this, especially with those linebackers out. You got a lot of pass catching backs. Waddle can just create mismatches in the middle of the field. I see Isaiah Ford being really active in this game. So you tell me, what do we fear? Those ends?
So that's
is
the
that
problem. Cam Jordan and Marcus Davenport against Liam Eichenberg and Jesse Davis. And it is a little weird that they activated 2 offensive tackles. Jesse Davis was not even questionable on the injury report with his knee. Is there any chance that Adam Pankey or Roderick Johnson could get some reps at tackle, not just as the 6th tackle, but like as the 5th offensive lineman? That's
or any of those guys get pushed inside the guard and Hunt surprises us and plays right tackle because they want a little more athleticism against Mr. Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, Hunt has been so good at guard, they'd like to just leave him there.
I know.
And leave Eichenberg and leave Austin Jackson, since those guys have made some nice improvements against weaker competition in the last 6 games. But, that's the fear. Does a Marcus Davenport play, run around Liam Eichenberg, strip sack? All of a sudden, here comes some practice squad safety in his first NFL game, running it back 65 yards for a touchdown. Does Cam Jordan run around Jesse Davis, punch the ball out, scoop it up, run 50 yards? That's the nightmare scenario. So we need Tua to protect the football. If he's about to get sacked, just protect the football and go down. If you're running and you're about to get hit, throw it away. There's no reason to take big chances in this game. There's no way in the world that Ian Book should be able to lead the Saints to more than 17 points.
So, Joe Sappinen, Joe, all right, so I had a fantasy question for tonight, and it was a Dolphin-related fantasy question, and it's a football-related question for you also tonight. So I wonder if I gave them good advice. So they asked me, well, I got to start somebody between Gaskin or Duke Johnson. And both times to two different people that asked me, I said, I'm going with Gaskin again because he's the guy that's been here for the longest. He's the guy they use more consistently. They are matchup-oriented type of a team. So they could be using a different running back from week to week, just like the Patriots.
I would try to avoid those running backs, but if you needed to start one.
So what would you do after Duke? Yeah, what would you do after Duke?
I would agree with you. I would start Gaskin. By the way, I was right last week. I thought about this. I told you to stay away from those running back catches over.
Yes, you did.
And I was correct. You're correct.
Right.
So we got to always point out when we're correct.
All right, but tonight, with the weakness at linebacker, I kind of feel that the running backs are going to be active as receivers this week. That's just me. But you agree with me, right? That you wouldn't be surprised if Duke doesn't get a lot of run. Maybe he gets some catches, but he doesn't get as many runs as he did last week.
The Dolphins signed Duke Johnson to the active roster for 2 reasons. 1, another team would have signed him from the practice squad. And 2, he was really impressive. So I would not discount the possibility of Duke Johnson starting or getting half the carries or Philip Lindsay paying. Eric Studesville really likes Myles Gaskin. He trusts him as a blocker. He likes him as a receiver. He's higher on Myles Gaskin probably than I am. But my guess would be that Myles Gaskin is going to get half or more of the running back touches.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the weird. We'll find out tonight. We'll see if Duke has made the kind of impact
would be
that
cool.
Says that. Yeah,
it would be cool.
It would be a great story
be
because
a nice jolt.
Yeah, because we're talking about a guy that really is doing something he never really has been able to do in his career. He's always been a pass catching guy. He's never been trusted to be the every down runner for any team. And so it would be kind of weird that he's out on the street, nobody signs him, and he comes in the final month of the season, he becomes, your main runner. That would become one hell of a story. But again, knowing this scenario, I told both of them, you know what, I'm still going to go with the safe pick.
It's hard to run it against the Saints.
Yeah.
And even though Duke Johnson earlier in his career was an outstanding receiver, I think they probably trust the the chemistry between Tua and Gaskin in a big spot. If I was the coaching staff, I would, in the same way they've shelved Ahmed, I would try to roll with Duke Johnson and Lindsey and see what you have there. That's what I would do. But my guess is Stoodsville he really likes that Gaskin.
I'm with you. All right. This is the moment for Tua, right? We watched Herbert pee in his pants yesterday against a bad team, throwing a pick six late in the game when they needed him. After all these comparisons, Tua wins tonight. He has the same amount of wins as Herbert, who has probably better weapons, better coaching, better running game, all that stuff. And then Mac Jones, he's kind of been the man in the box, and he's also, coming way back to the pack after everybody talked those guys up. So this is a moment on national television that Tua can say, you know what? A lot of you were wrong. I'm just as good as these guys, or maybe better.
Yeah, and they catch a break, right? Malcolm Jenkins is out. Demario Davis is out. If Davenport plays, he'll be banged up. The Saints defense is good. Trill Williams, Savon Ahmed, and John Jenkins are your Dolphins inactives. So Savon Ahmed has really fallen off the table. And it's a shame because I thought Ahmed really had some juice to him.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. Something off the field happened.
Okay.
Something off the field happened. I'm not talking about like an incident. I'm just saying.
No, yeah, right.
By the way, there's a Tua Tagovailoa interview. It looks like with Jeff Darlington, my former colleague on ESPN right now.
Okay.
So, and Tua doesn't say much. So I'd be surprised if he said anything very, fascinating. So I'll pause that so I can watch it after.
Yeah, the best part about Tua is that he'll beat himself up, but he'll never ever point the fingers at anybody else or anything like that. You're never going to get anything controversial from him.
So on and off the field. So on the field,
yes,
I think it's important that Tua finish the season very strong, not just for the team, but for himself. He needs to give the Dolphins front office some more confidence and somehow convince them that it makes more sense to build around him than it would be to continue a pursuit of Deshaun Watson. I don't know if he has enough time to do that.
What if I tell you, if you dig, you might find out that he is more about proving the coach and not the front office. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, I wonder. I don't wonder. I don't think the Dolphins at this moment in time are convinced that Tua is the answer.
Okay.
So let's find out if we can get some more information on that. I wanted to say this. I think Tua is a nice kid. I sure wish that sometimes he would do that Joe Burrow stuff.
No.
Joe Burrow
He's Russell Wilson, bro.
No.
He's Russell Wilson. He's Tony
Listen to what
Gwynn.
I'm saying. The moxie, the chutzpah,
No.
the balls that kid has. That kid comes out and he says, yeah, you know what? That opposing coach had a comment for me, and I heard it, and I think that was a mistake. Do you understand? Don't you kind of like
I love it. You want him to have a little Tyler Hero in him. He's not Tyler Hero, bro. He's Russell Wilson. He's Tony Gwynn. He's Cal Ripken. He's Wayne Gretzky. No, actually, Wayne even had a little bit of an edge, actually, more than all those guys.
Yeah, Russell Wilson. But at least Russell Wilson has the superstar wife. That kind of makes him a little more interesting. Is her name Ciara? Right?
Ciara, yes. Ciara is, yes.
Yeah, she once maybe Tua can get set up through his many agencies, can get set up with a powerful female superstar singer, and then that way she can have the Russell Wilson effect.
Yeah, give him a little sauce. Okay, I get it. All right. All right, so we're getting a power couple. I got you. We got to get Tua in a power couple. All right. Before I let you go, prediction. What's the prediction tonight?
Well, before the Saints had 21 players with COVID, I had predicted 24-21 in overtime. And if you were able to get that minus 2.5, the plus 2.5 earlier in the week, that's looking a lot better than the minus 3 you might be looking at today. I altered my prediction, and I don't remember, but I think it was Dolphins by 8. So Dolphins to cover. Dolphins to cover.
Let's hope so, man. A comfortable win would be absolutely nice, man. I appreciate it. Joe, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you as always. I will talk to you during the week, my friend. Enjoy the game. We'll talk down the line.
Happy New Year. See you, buddy.
You got it. There you go. Joe Shad, baby. And our American Dream Lending Miami Dolphins report.
When you're ready to purchase a new home or refinance the one you have, American Dream Lending will make sure your loan experience is easy with fast approvals and quick closings. With many loan programs and competitive rates, now is the time to turn your dreams into reality. Ask about special financing for veterans. They never charge an application fee and you will work directly with one of their experienced loan professionals. Stop dreaming and contact American Dream Lending today. 786-802-1727 or online at adreamlending.com. When you're ready to purchase a new home loan or refinance the one you have, American Dream Lending will make sure your loan experience is easy with fast approvals and quick closings. With many loan programs and competitive rates, now is the time to turn your dreams into reality. Ask about special financing for veterans. They never charge an application fee and you will work directly with one of their experienced loan professionals. Stop dreaming and contact American Dream Lending today. 786-802-1727 or online at adreamlending.com. When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family. The Big O Radio Show is looking for an experienced salesperson in the radio or TV business. The candidate must have at least 5 years of sales experience in the broadcast business over the last 10 years. Please email your phone number and resume to bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. That's bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Looking for an aggressive person who can help our platform expand into many avenues in our business. Reach out if you are the person that's able to make a difference.
All righty, we are back. We thank Joe Shad for joining us here on the program. Appreciate all of you out there. We're coming to you live, baby, from Sports Grill here on Bird Road. Thanks to all of you that are showing up. We got the inactives, as you see right there, Trill Williams, Salvon Ahmed, and John Jenkins are your inactives. Only 3, huh? Like, I must have missed it. Is there a new rule now? Is there you can have less inactives? I must have. You know what? I don't know about this. I must have missed out on this. I'm not keeping up with why is there only 3. Damn. All right, we'll take it. I mean, whatever it is, it's fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. Anyway, welcome back. Plenty of things to talk about. By the way, in hour number 2, Dougley Durong will join us at 7:45. Dougley will be joining us every week now, a half hour prior to kickoff. So next week when we do the 1 o'clock game against Tannehill and Company, well, guess what? Then we'll do it at 12:30 with Doug. So it's a beautiful thing. Josh is in the house. Alexa V is in the house. The president is in the house. There we go. Folks are filing in. Come on in. Come on and join us out here at Sports Grill on Bird Road and 114th, man. Come on out. Big O, where's the Dolphin gear? LOL. What you rocking? Well, I got an East-West Shrine game today. So there you go. It's not Dolphins, but it's East West Shrine. It is football. I figured I'd have a little football. I washed and conditioned the hair, so I didn't want to put a hat because then I end up with hat hair and all that. You know how it is. I just today, no hat and all that good stuff. Although I may have to go get the hat if something happens in the game, just for the hell of it. But really, hey, listen, what's luck is being here at Sports Grill in Bird Road. So there's no better place to come on out and watch the game and celebrate the victory and have some fun with us and eat some great food, wings, burgers, you name it, baby, ribs, all kinds of stuff. So it's a beautiful thing, man. So come on out here and join us, man. Let's see. What else do we have here? Let's see some Penguin celebration tonight. Yeah, that's right. Let's waddle. We're going to waddle tonight. Yeah, baby. Big on my cousin Shambi says he knows you. Maybe Shambi sounds familiar, like a Shambi from my past. Like if I know somebody, I may know him. You never know. It's a small world, dude. Let's see. Denny Hathaway says Tua needs this game, his chances to shine. I agree with that. Oh, you got the best hair in the building. LOL. I don't know about that. Waddle's going deep tonight on prime time. O-line going to give Tua enough time to throw the ball deep. Well, the beauty about all of this is the quarterback lines here are two different ones. Okay. First of all, let's talk about Tua. This is his moment. As we talked about earlier, this is his moment to shine. This is his moment to say, hey, I'm the guy. I'm the franchise guy. All this talk that's been out there, you guys don't know what you're talking about. I can lead a team. I can be the winner. I can be the franchise guy. Here are these moments. And so he's giving you some moments during this streak, right? But all of a sudden now, things pick up over the next 3 weeks. These are better teams. These are better coaches. I mean, you're going to play over the next 3 weeks, Sean Payton, Mike Vrabel, and Bill Belichick. Okay, you're not playing three, scrubberinis. You're playing three of the better coaches in football, and you're playing two of the elite coaches. Vrabel's not there yet. I love Vrabel. He's a damn good coach, you can tell. But Sean Payton and Belichick are, the upper echelon of this league. So this is a great moment for Tua the next 3 weeks, not just tonight, but the next 3 weeks to kind of put a stamp on the whole thing. Remember when the Dolphins came back on another season that they won a whole bunch of games too, and Matt Moore was part of those wins along with Ryan, and then people didn't give Ryan as much credit because Matt Moore also was part of those wins and that kind of stuff. And you had the whole argument of Matt Moore or a Tannehill or whatever, which you wouldn't want. If you're smart, neither one of those guys. You need something better than both of those guys. But the point is, this is what you can't take away from Tua if he's able to accomplish it the next 3 weeks. You can't just say, because you heard the interview with Joe Shad, and he's 1,000% right. He said, well, over the 6 weeks, you played a lot of bad teams. So that's what a lot of people are saying. So now you win these next 3 games, people will say, well, you beat the Patriots, who were the number 1 team in the division. You beat a good Tennessee team, even though without Derrick Henry, they're still a good team. And you beat Sean Payton against, a pretty good team a pretty good defense on the road. Besides beating Baltimore, besides beating Carolina at that point, they were the number 1 pass defense in the NFL. So now it adds to the chapters and it adds to the substance behind it. Because what you don't want if you're Tua, you don't want that you can beat the scrub teams, but then the better teams and the better coaches, you end up falling short. Yesterday you saw Justin Herbert pee in his pants, and he did it against the Houston Texans. He didn't do it against an elite team. He did it against a terrible team. That's what you don't want. Last week, Tua throws the pick 6, but then he comes right back and marches you right down for the touchdown and the lead again. That's what you want from your quarterback. You want the quarterback that can answer the bell on the negativity and then answer the bell against the higher competition, the better coaches. And this is what he needs over the next 3 weeks. Because over the next 3 weeks, if he does that, I don't know, I'm sorry, did Mac Jones win 9 in a row? Did Justin Herbert win 9 in a row? No, right? But Tua did. And so those are the kind of things that you want in the whole process. So these next 3 weeks are enormous for Tua. Absolutely enormous. It adds to what he is building now, and it will catapult him to the point that the disbelievers will then become believers. And that's the important part of the next 3 weeks. 855-912-1056 if you want to get in on the text line, 855-912-1056. The YouTube channel, of course, you can chime in. Don't forget to smash the like button. We got over almost 400 people there on the chat board. Smash the like button. Remember, we'll be on immediately as the game ends. We'll have the press conference for Brian Flores, the press conference for Tua, and any of the other players that made an impact in the game. Cameron Wolf, NFL Network reporter, will join us. One of our insiders will join us on postgame. Omar Kelly from the Sun Sentinel will join us on the postgame show. And Alan Pupar, Sports Illustrated Dolphins beat writer, also will join us in the postgame show. So we will have 3 different insiders covering the game and joining us and giving us their insight on what they saw in the game. So we will be locked and loaded here all night long for you. So come on out, enjoy the pregame, get ready for the game, enjoy the great food, enjoy hopefully a great win, and hopefully a nice post-game show with a nice victory. It says, it's me, Big O, let's do this. Big win tonight. Thanks for all you do. Still watching in Dewey, Arizona. Thank you. It's me. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. That is very, very kind of you. Remember, you can also do it on Cash App or Venmo. That's Cash Big O Show. It's Cash Big O Show on Cash App or Venmo if you also want to make a donation there on the program. What else do we have here? Also, Big O, who should I pick on the DraftKings for my MVP for this game? Right now, I have the Dolphins D. It's a good question. You know, I kind of like one of the defensive ends in this game to make some noise in this one. And how about an Emmanuel Ogbah? Somebody like that. I think it'll be either Ogbah or it'll be one of the corners. And it'll probably be X because Byron really doesn't do a lot of interceptions. So X could be the guy. So I'm gonna go on Ogbah as my MVP for tonight. 8:30 can't come fast enough. It's making me mental. Well, I think it's 8:15, right? Don't what did they do? It's 8:15, bro. Don't delay it to 8:30. We're going 8:15, and then we're throwing it to you guys so you can relax. So if they want to delay it to 8:30, well, that's them. I'm gonna be chomping on some food. Big O, we win tonight. Do you see the NFL flexing the last game and moving it to prime time? You know, Jeff, it would make a lot of sense. I mean, it would become a really sweet game to air. So it makes a ton of sense what you're saying to do that. Big O, what kind of cigar should I light up tonight besides the Cali kind? A Perdomo 20th anniversary. How about that? That's a great smoke. In fact, I enjoyed it the other day. So 20th anniversary. Ogbah is a stud and will have a game tonight. He or Holland. That's a good one, too. Holland is a good one for that. Because this kid's going to run. And let me tell you something. We talked about Tua. Let's talk a little bit about Ian Book. Because Ian Book is a guy, and we've talked about this throughout the show this week. I was a big Ian Book believer. I like him. When I saw him as a freshman in the game, I was like, yo, man, this is a kid that maybe could develop into something. And as the years went on, and I've talked about this, I was not impressed with his maturation in the passing game. I didn't think he ever became a really good passer at Notre Dame. And to me, if you're not going to be that, then you're a guy that's going to be very dependent on everything else around you for you to succeed. So in other words, tonight, the Saints will succeed with Ian Book if they dominate on the ground with Alvin Kamara. If they can punch Miami constantly in the mouth and push the ball downfield, Ian Book will be able to run the ball and get some short passes off. But if Miami stops the run, because that's what I believe they will do, they are going to try to run the ball and use a very short intermediate passing game with Ian Book. And I believe we're going to see a lot of rollouts. I think we'll see some boots and waggles throughout this game, because what they'll do with Ian is, with the pass rush that Miami has, and they're healthy, right? Because you've got both your ends. You've got Van Ginkel going on, right? So you've got guys that can, and they've got their corners and their safeties, and Holland is back. So they've got guys that they can attack you. So I think what they'll do with this offense is they're going to try to run like crazy, and then they're going to shift Ian around and move him and cut off half the field. And Miami's going to have to defend two options, a high or low, or he runs. I think that they're going to do a lot of that with Ian Book throughout the night. So this is the interesting part and the interesting dynamics of tonight's game. And this is a young quarterback. So it's really easy to deflate these young quarterbacks. So you got to confuse him. You got to frustrate him. You got to force him into mistakes, so then they compound. What you cannot do is allow him to get a 5-yard runoff, a 10-yard runoff, allow him to complete a 6-yard pass. You start to give him life and give him confidence. He is a player that plays with swag. He is a player that has confidence in his abilities. Okay, Book will not play scared tonight, but you've got to make him question what he's doing. And so that's the key tonight. Stop the run, punch them in the mouth. Do not respect the passing game. Leave corners out on an island. Attack that box. Make Alvin Kamara think that tonight is going to be a long-ass night, because you're plugging every hole and you're not allowing him to do any kind of damage. Ian Book will use Kamara in the running game and Kamara in the passing game a lot. The Dolphins are going to have to be active in the middle of the field, because they're going to want to work the tight ends. They're going to try to work the slot position. They're going to try to keep it simple with Ian Book, and they're going to try to make high percentage passes. I don't think that they're going to be challenging you downfield very much, but you've got to frustrate them with the running game. If you stop the run, you will control the game if you're the Dolphins. If you allow Ian Book and Kamara to run the ball, it's going to be a long night. We're in for a tight game, and you're going to play it all the way down to the end, and we're all going to be sitting on the edges of our seats praying that the field goal goes through for the win. So to me, the run is the most important thing tonight for the Miami Dolphins. I do not fear his arm. I fear his legs. I fear his toughness. And Alvin Kamara's obviously toughness and incredible athleticism. So stop the run, and everything will fall in place for the Miami Dolphins tonight. All right, 855-912-1056. If you want to get in on the program, that's 855-912-1056. If you want to get in on the program, you can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there as always. Email bigoradio@yahoo.com. Let's see, what do we have here? Don't forget also to smash the hell out of the like button, by the way. Miami needs to keep the crowd quiet. Don't give them nothing to get loud about. Well, they'll be nice and drunk in that crowd, so they'll be loud either way. One way or another, they're going to be loud in that place. Okay? The Superdome, or whatever the hell it's called nowadays, it sounds like it's a place loaded with 50,000 Karens. All right? So it's going to be a madhouse. Expect that. Dougie Fresh says, oh, it's okay. On Bill's birthday, you can share your stories, road tripping, attending, or watching a game together. Yeah, Not today, bro. I can't do that kind of stuff. It would slice me in half on a day like today. I got to kind of change the subject and stay off of it because it's too personal, my brother. RB Blanco's X will tire a Dolphin. He's not going anywhere. Coach Flo knows how important X is to his defense. RB Blanco, you do know he has like 4 or 5 scopes on the knees, right? You know, it's like you're taking cartilage pieces out every single time, and the itises will start developing, tendonitis, arthritis, all those kind of things. I'm not sure if you know, but eventually it's a ticking time bomb. Forget about all the other stuff, but just the knees itself. Not sure if you remember that. Big O looking for the Dolphin D to bring to a tame land. Iron Maiden, peace of mind, intensity versus the Saints. QB book tonight via defensive score. Thank you, my man. Thank you, Roberto. Very nice. Little Iron Maiden playoff, which got my mask. Dolphins must emerge. Omicron free as well. Well, that's a whole different ball game, man. Somebody some players on that field are going to have it. Big O, I don't recall the Ravens coach letting off on us in 2019 when they beat us 59-2 whatever. So I feel no pity for them, nor should anyone. That's called being a sore loser. I agree with you on that one. And that was something we talked about this morning with Harbaugh and Zach Taylor and the handshake. And it looked like he was perturbed that they kept passing towards the end of that game, which was kind of fun. All right, what's it called? 855-912-1056 on the text line. Just read a couple of texts there. Let's see, what else do we have here on the text line? An H. Upman, Petite Corona. That's a pretty good one, too. An H. Upman, my favorite H. Upman is Magnum, the Magnum 50. That is my favorite Cuban cigar, actually, is the Magnum 50 from H. Upman. That is such a great cigar, man. Phenomenal cigar. Let's see. Carla Williams says, not many gunslingers have won or even made it to the Super Bowl. Accuracy and game management are a run game wins the Super Bowl. Brady won last year because they ran the ball. Now that I think about it, that's an interesting point that you bring up, Carla. Out of all the Super Bowls, let me see, Super Bowl champions. I'm going to bring it up. That's an interesting point that you bring up because a lot of them are passers, not necessarily like guys with absolute guns. It's a very interesting point that you bring up. Let me see if I can bring up the Super Bowl winners in history. Here we go. Okay, and we'll go with like the last 20 years, right? Okay, so Brady won last year, not a gunslinger. You have to go with Mahomes. We'll go with gun on that one, right? I mean, that we'll go with a gun there. New England, Brady, no. Philadelphia won, no. Knowles is not a gunslinger. Brady, again, not a gunslinger. Peyton Manning never was a gunslinger, and the year he won it with Denver, my God, he couldn't throw it for more than 10 yards. New England, again, Brady, not. Russell Wilson, would you call him he's got a gun, right? Let's go with 2 so far. Okay, let's go with 2. We'll give that. Baltimore, Flacco does have a gun at that time, so 3. Giants, Eli, not a gun, a passer. Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, would you say gun or passer? Kind of both, right? But you know what? I'll go 4. I'll give it to Aaron Rodgers. New Orleans, Breeze, no. Pittsburgh, Ben Roethlisberger, not really a gunslinger, more of a passer than anything else. Eli, again, not a gunslinger. Peyton, again, not a gunslinger. Pittsburgh, again, not a gunslinger. New England, not gunslingers. Tampa Bay, that was Dilfer, not a gunslinger. Brady again, not a gunslinger. Baltimore way back, which was with Trent Dilfer, actually Trent Dilfer did have a big arm, actually, so 5. So from Baltimore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 5 out of 22, you can say there are guns. Big giant arms. It's an interesting point, Carla. Never thought of it that way. So, yeah, there aren't really a lot of the big arm guys. They're usually passers, because that's usually what makes a quarterback, is being more of a passer. Too many of you are in love with the guy that's 6'5" and can throw it out of the stadium, and you think that's what makes a quarterback. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert, with his beautiful hair and his 6'5" frame and throwing it, miles and miles where Tua can't, he peed in his pants yesterday against the Houston Texans. You know what I'm saying? So there's your gunslinger. By the way, how many of those giant games did he win at Oregon? Good job, Carla. That's a really nice point there. Strong. I like it. Big O loves taking shots at Herbert. No, not really. It's not really about Herbert taking shots at Herbert. I'm really taking shots at all the people that already got on the bandwagon right away, labeling Justin Herbert. He's arrived. He's a god. He's an all-pro. That's really why I keep doing it, because I'm continually taking shots at all of you out there that were in love with Herbert. And we're saying that he's the second coming, and they made the wrong selection and all of that. And if Tua wins tonight, he has as many wins as Justin Herbert, and he beat Justin Herbert. So after all that crap that all those of you that were, yanking on Justin Herbert, give him some depends so he doesn't pee on himself like he did yesterday. All right? That's what Justin Herbert needs. All right, let's take a break. 1 hour down. We got one more to go. Dudley Durong will join the half hour from Sports Grill right on Bird Road in 114th.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
The Big O Radio Show is looking for partners to join our growing platform. If your business is ready to reach an audience that starts in Florida, crosses the nation while expanding internationally, this is the program that provides that vehicle. The Big O Radio Show is ready to broadcast live anywhere in the world to represent your event or product. To reach out by phone, 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. Or email bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Help us grow as we provide the content and personal connection corporate entities will never achieve.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Hey, it's Big O. Protect your home the way we do with Sloman's Home Security, folks. And if you want some great news, how about this? A free doorbell camera. That's right. The first 40 Big O listeners who dial 1-800-ALARM-ME will get this limited time offer of a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your smartphone with installation of your Sloman's Shield. And that's not all, folks. Sloman's is going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're getting an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and backup battery. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 Big O listeners to call 1-800-ALARM-ME, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman's Shield. Keep your family safe like we do here in the Alzugaray family. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME.
South Florida's premier law enforcement agency is now hiring individuals like you. The Fort Lauderdale Police Department is now accepting applications for non-certified and certified police officer positions. Minimum requirements and qualifications can be found at flpdjobs.com. That's flpdjobs.com. Are you ready? The city of Fort Lauderdale is an equal opportunity employer. The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
We are back here at Sports Grill on Bird Road and 114th. Come on by, baby. Join us. Get ready for the game. 8:15. Big game. It's exciting. It's fun because I was just talking to Alexa and Josh, who are here, and he was saying, Josh was saying, I'm kind of nervous for the game, and Derek was reaching out to me on Twitter saying I'm kind of nervous for the game, and so. And I see it on the chat board. Oh, man, I'm kind of nervous for the game and all these kind of things. And the beauty of all of this is that you're nervous because it means something. You know what I mean? It's not like when it's week 5 and they're 1-3, right? You're not nervous at that point. You're kind of frustrated that they're 1-3 and, whatever. You're not even thinking about that. But now it's fun. Because everything is on the line now. And that's the beauty that the guys in the locker room have got to be saying to themselves, man, we worked our asses off to get here. Now we're in this position. We cannot ruin this. We have to take advantage. And this is a good moment for these players too, because it's not just about the front office drafting these players and then the coaches coaching these players up. It's also finding out, do you have the right guy for the right moments? You see, let's go back to Justin Herbert yesterday. You got to question if you got the right guy for the right moment, no matter how big and beautiful he looks, right? You still got to come through in that key moment, and he didn't. And so that's what you want tonight. Tonight you want to see, will Jalen Phillips step up? Will Raekwon Davis step up? Will Tua step up? Will Waddle step up? Will Isaiah Ford step up? Well, that's what you want to find out. You want to find out if the guys you drafted, the guys you're coaching, are made for these kind of moments. So you're going to find out if this offensive line, which has been much maligned, right? This is a great moment for the offensive line. They're facing 2 really good pass rushers. So you keep those guys at bay. You run the ball and keep Tua clean in a key moment and you win, you start to prove to people, well, wait a minute, hold on a second. Maybe some of these guys can play. And that's what you want to find out about the next 3 weeks. Do you have the right linemen? Do you have the right quarterback? Do you have the right tight end? Do you have the right receivers? Do you have the right defensive ends? Do you have the right linebackers? Do you have the right secondary? Do you have the right safety? All of these things are going to be tested over the next 3 weeks, starting tonight, because you're not playing the same crappy teams you've been playing for the last 6 weeks. Now you've raised the level of competition and coaches. And tonight, everyone is watching. That's the other thing. So the spotlight's on you. So the last thing you want to do is show people that the 6 games was a fluke, was just a product of you being stuck in the middle. A theme that I've used in years past for this team, that you're good enough to beat the crappy teams, but you're not good enough to beat the better teams. So you're kind of a middling team, which is what the Dolphins have been for 20 to 25 years. They've been a middling team. You got to break out of that shell. The next 3 weeks gets you at least that image that you're out of that shell. Obviously, you're going to have to come back next season and do it again and those kind of things to kind of prove that it wasn't a fluke like it has been in the past. But everything is set up for you, man. Everything is set up. Now you got to go out there and take it. And take it. And listen, you want a list? Ryan Ramczyk, COVID. Adam Troutman, COVID. Taysom Hill, COVID. Caden Ellis, starting strong side linebacker, COVID. Demario Davis, COVID, middle linebacker. Malcolm Jenkins, their strong safety, COVID. Jane Carpenter, their backup right guard, COVID. Jordan Mills, their backup right tackle, COVID. That means they're going to be on their 3rd right tackle. Christian Ringo, their backup defensive tackle, COVID. Carl Granderson, their backup defensive end to Marcus Davenport, COVID. Jalen Holmes, the backup to Granderson and Davenport, out, COVID. I mean, there's a lot of players out with COVID, and there are a few more. JT Gray, Jeff Heath, Jawan Johnson, Dwayne Washington. These are all at the back end of the roster, but still, it's a boatload of people that they've got out. You've got to take advantage of this. You cannot allow this opportunity to slip past you. This team is filled with COVID issues, man. The other thing that I want to talk about is a little bit of the Waddle effect. Now, we talked about how this is a moment for Tua. And the beauty for Tua this week is he's got his best offensive weapon out there this week. Last week, it took away a lot from the offense. And do you know why it took away a lot from the offense? Because nobody possesses this talent. He's an elite player that finds a way to get open no matter who covers him. And I was just talking about this just a minute ago. And if Marshawn Lattimore is the guy that they are going to move inside to cover Waddle, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. But if it's not, oh, man, they're going to make it a long day for whoever's that 3rd corner. And he's going to get open against Marshawn Lattimore too. And he can get Marshawn Lattimore in trouble also, because Marshawn Lattimore will have a tendency of getting a little too physical, and he'll get frustrated because he's got immaturity issues. It's be good if they put Marshawn Lattimore on Waddle. But the best part about having Waddle back is that it's kind of a tree. And you start with Waddle, and then you branch out if you're Tua, because he's your best option, and the defense knows it because he's the best talent on the team offensively. So they've got to worry about him. It's not just, early in the season they might have worried about one corner. Hey, you got the kid. Well, now there's a safety worried about him. And there's always a second pair of eyes that are going to be on Jalen Waddle. So because of that second pair of eyes, that opens it up for others. And Tua will know right away who's cheating to make sure to support on Waddle. wherever they're cheating, that's where there's going to be an empty zone, and they're going to be able to take advantage of it. And that's how it opens up for Parker. That's how it'll open up for Isaiah Ford. That's how it'll open up for whoever's out there, Gesicki, you name it. And maybe I think also the running backs coming out of the backfield, because I think because of all their injuries at linebacker, and especially their top two guys, coverage is going to be a problem for them. So I can see, and remember, they're without their strong safety also, I told you, in Malcolm Jenkins. So that's the other guy that's closer to the line. So he's also got to worry about running backs and tight ends. So I can see running backs, tight ends, Isaiah Ford, and especially Waddle being incredibly active in this game. But it all starts with Waddle. And having Waddle back brings the balance that Tua needs for the time being. Eventually, ladies and gentlemen, you must go out back to the draft and go get a talent that is superior to everything else that's around Waddle. Okay? You need a receiver that's better than Devontae Parker and better than everybody else out there that can complement Waddle. Eventually that will happen, and then that will open it up also for Gesicki, which I truly believe you should keep Gesicki long term. We'll see what they do at the end of the year, if they tag him or sign him to a long-term deal. I don't know how they're going to handle that, but eventually I'm sure they'll do something along those lines. But Waddle brings balance to everything, and I think we'll see it tonight. And it's a comfort zone for Tua because he just doesn't have really playmakers like that on the field. He's the only one that brings that kind of dynamic level to the field. What else? What else did I want to talk about here on the program? By the way, 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056. Big O, are you doing play-by-play tonight? No. Tommy really wants me to have no voice whatsoever. He wants me to do the morning show that I did today for 3 hours. And then I'm doing the pregame show for 2 hours. So he also wants me to do a 3-hour play-by-play and then a 2-hour postgame show. So let me get it right. So you want me to do 3, 6, 8, 10 hours of broadcasting today. That's very nice of you, Tommy. Very nice of you to want to burn out my vocal cords in one night. RB Blanco says Miami needs to get a legit number one receiver this offseason. Can actually create separation to open it up for Waddle. That's why it's unfortunate Fuller never worked out here. Thanks to Brissett's bad throwing. Brissett is just terrible as it is, but you can thank the coach for that one. And Fuller is just a loser. So what are you going to do? Eric Elmer said, I said last week that the key against beating the Jets is putting Wilson's mom in a bikini. But this week, it's more serious. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. No yards. Don't worry. They'll be weakened by the fourth quarter. Let's hope that the offensive line can push these guys around a little bit to be able to do that. And by the way, I'm glad you brought it up because I think this becomes a really big moment for the offensive line tonight. You're going up against two really good pass rushers in Jordan and Davenport, right? If you can keep them at bay and not allow them to harass Tua and keep them clean, and you can go out there and actually run the ball on a primetime game like this will be a moment where the offensive line can also look at themselves and say, hey, we're making progress. We're getting there. And we've seen some things. I thought Austin Jackson played his best game last week. I really did. If you watch the game, go back and look at it. He wasn't really beaten a whole bunch of times like normal. He wasn't, committing a whole bunch of penalties like he has in the past. He has really improved his play overall. And you've gotten pretty clean play from your center. And Eichenberg is getting better. And Hunt's done a solid job. So this is a great moment for the offensive line too, because they've gotten a little better as the year has gone on. They're not where they need to be. We all know that. And they probably will never get there until they get a real good offensive line coach. I think that's what's going to take them to the next level the next time they have that opportunity. But this is a great night tonight for the offensive line, man. This is an opportunity of a lifetime for the offensive line to really kind of show people, hey, and confidence-wise for them, they go on the road, they control that line, they have some success. That helps them the following week, again, on the road to take on a Tennessee defense and a front seven that's pretty difficult to handle. That'll give you the confidence that you need. And then you come home against New England, who's got one hell of a defense also. So the next 3 weeks are absolutely enormous for the offensive line. And you and I know, I'm not breaking any news here. I'm not educating any of you out there. You all know this. If those 5 guys up front don't do their jobs, team's toast. Toast. They've got to do their job over the next 3 weeks. If you want to win 9 in a row, those 5 guys are going to have to be the key. And activating 2 extra linemen, I thought it's really smart, man. Really smart. You can go with a jumbo line every once in a while, especially in short yardage situations. A little max protect, considering how injury riddled they are, may not be a bad thing against the New Orleans Saints tonight. May not be a bad thing. And with Tua, he's smart enough that he, even with one less option out there, I think he can figure things out with the quickness. And it might be, and again, I just think the running backs also can be a real difference maker in this game, catching the ball. Okay, yes, of course we want to see them run the ball. That would be beautiful. But I think because of all the injuries they have at linebacker and at strong safety, pass catching is going to be huge for the running backs. Let's see, what else do we want? Love you, rest your voice for the win tonight. Oh, you're damn right. I wasn't going to do any play-by-play anyway. 45 minutes can't come quick enough. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. It'll get here. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Jake is asking, is Santa real? Yes, he is. He was at my house. We left him some cookies. I was fighting with the wife all day because I said, if you're going to bake oatmeal, then those are for me. I don't want Santa. Give him chocolate chip. So she gave him the chocolate chip, and I kept the oatmeals for myself. Ernest says, Big O, listen to me. Listen to what I have to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away. I got you, baby. All right. Got a little Def Leppard in there. I like it. Jean-Pierre says, man, if Tua goes nuts tonight, it's going to be fun watching the national media dance around his performance. You are right. That will be a trip about tonight, that if he does ball out, and meanwhile some of the other young quarterbacks that everybody talked up are falling behind now, you know what I mean? It'll be interesting how everything has changed in that sense. You are right. You are correct. Yes. John Daly looked like a drunk Santa on the golf course last week. Well, that's because he kind of is a drunk Santa. Right? I mean, that's kind of the way we look at him, right? We look at him as a drunk Santa. By the way, the broadcast is brought to you by Sloman's Home Security, 1-800-ALARM-ME, folks. So if you're looking for a home alarm and you want to protect your family, right now, the first 40 Big O listeners calling 1-800-ALARM-ME will get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your smartphone with your Sloman's Shield. And folks, that's not all. Sloman's is going to give you the free customized home security system, and you get professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're going to get an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and a backup battery. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 Big O listeners right now, you will get a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. And make sure you tell them that the Big O radio show sent you, and Sloman's Home Shield will take care of you. So thank you all out there. Remember to support our sponsors. Make sure to smash the like button out there that you're watching. If you're listening to the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, please smash the like button. Remember, you want to make a donation, Cash App or Venmo. That is Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show if you want to make the donation through Cash App or Venmo. All right, let me see what we got going on here. Robert Triana, thank you, sir. A little love on Venmo. He says, hello, Big O and Sean. God bless. Let's get this win. Go Matic. You know it, baby. Pushing to $3, man. Polygon is going, baby. Going. Laurent Lamoth, also a little love on Venmo. Thank you, sir. He says, hey, Big O, who do you think will get more touches tonight? Duke, Lindsey, or Miles G? Who should be the man tonight? Well, I would give it to Duke tonight just to see if last week was the fluke from Duke or that's the real thing. So you're asking me who? I'm going to go with Myles Gaskin because, I just kind of feel they're so predictable in the unpredictable that they love to change things up and be scheme-oriented and all that good stuff. So I'll go with Myles Gaskin as the number one guy. That's what I'll do. I'm going to lean that way. That's I got to go that way. But thank you as always. A little Venmo action. Appreciate you all out there as always. Remember, you can reach out to us on Twitter at Big O Show. Follow us there as always. Dudley Durong is going to join us in 5 minutes at 7:45. We'll have Dudley on, and we'll get his thoughts on what he thinks about tonight's game and get his feelings going on the action there tonight, and we'll see if he. I think he has a win too in his predictions. I do. I think they'll win tonight, man. Dolphins cannot lose this game. There is no way you lose this. I mean, you can. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's impossible to lose. They can lose, but I'm saying you got to win, dude. You have no choice. You can't do all of this and then give this game up now. You can't go winning 6 in a row, and then all of a sudden you've got everything on the line, national television, great moment for you, and you're going to give it away. Oh, man. This has to be a moment you take advantage of. If you're ever going to move forward as a franchise and you want to convince people you're not the same old Dolphins, you win tonight. That's how you get it done. Paul in Connecticut is in. He is pumped and ready to go. The Tuttle Army is in. She says, I'd rather hear Big O in the booth with Joe Rose. Well, thank you. That is very kind. I doubt it'll ever happen, but I appreciate you, Tuttle. Thank you. Carla says, Big O needs a mod will. I don't know what that is. You're going to tell me what that is, Carla. Mark Bailey says, laughing my ass out loud. He can't read and can't read the room. Definition of sad. Okay, that might be another conversation. Are you going to predict a score, Big O? All right, I'll give you a score. Let's go Dolphins 17, Saints 9. All right? 17-9. I'm going to give the Saints a little respect that their defense will make it hard on Miami, but Miami will do enough to win 17-9, and they'll settle for a couple of field goals, and that's about it. Okay? What else do we have here on the chat board, which is always active? Caesar says, Big O, are you concerned about Waddle missing last week on COVID protocol that he may not be so productive tonight? I don't know. I'm not. You know why? Because he practiced all week. And he started practicing late last week, remember? So I think he's gone through enough practice now that they should know if if the COVID affected him. Remember, the good thing about this strain now that we're running into is that it's not nearly as brutal as the ones of the past. So that's where it kind of changes here, that if you're vaxxed, you're getting through it quickly. It's not nearly as bad as some of the other ones. It could still, obviously do some serious damage, but more often than not, most of these guys, especially athletes, you and I aren't athletes, it might affect us a little different, But these athletes are vaxxed. It usually is a pretty good detriment to fighting it off. So, no, I am not concerned. You're going to have to show me for me to be concerned about that situation. If not, I expect Waddle to ball out. Okay. The greater good says would love to see the UM guys rise up and have major impact on this game. I agree. It would be nice. It would be really nice if they're able to do that. All right, let's do this. Let's take a really quick break. Give us 2 minutes. When we come back, Doug Lee is going to join us, baby. We'll have some fun with Doug, and we'll preview this game and get a little closer to Dolphins and Saints. Big O Radio Show live from Sports Grill. Back in a moment. For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. For over 25 years, South Floridians have counted on Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises for their roofing needs. In South Florida, we battle the sweltering heat, rain, winds, and all kinds of tropical storms. That's why when it comes to protecting your family, home, or business, call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs. All work fully guaranteed with the customer's complete satisfaction. A-plus rated member of the Better Business Bureau. Licensed and insured. There's no buts about it. When your roof needs repair or replacement, go to TommyBButtsJrEnterprises.com. A certified whitening contractor.
There he is.
What is up, Bart?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I am nervous.
I heard a lot of that already in the last couple of days. People are nervous, especially today. I'm excited, actually, because, you know, I'm looking forward to this. Look, man, we've been watching, you know, a middling team for 25 years. And so every time we get to this moment, they don't come through. Yeah. And so, you know, they're going to bust through at one point or another. And I'm excited to, you know, I'm hoping that this is the moment over the next 3 weeks that, okay, look, man, we're done being a crappy team. We're going to come up with another 10 wins. So it's back-to-back 10-win seasons. You know, all of a sudden now I can start to feel really good about the future of the Dolphins. And that's kind of what I've talked about, Doug, throughout the show, is that this is a moment for everybody. For players, for coaches, for the organization, not just tonight, but the next 3 weeks is the moment for them.
Yeah, and I think with the biggest turning point of us not being that so Dolphin is when we beat the Ravens on Thursday night. I think that's when all of a sudden it's like, maybe they're going to do this. Maybe they're going to win this game tonight. And you have to. This isn't even the Saints team. This is like the Saints like AA team right now. So they have to pull this off.
Yeah, no, you're right. And to see that you've got this opportunity now, you busted your ass for 6 weeks to put yourself in this position. There's no way you give it up now. You've got to be in that locker room. Yeah. Like hungry, like a ravaged animal, waiting to get at this game because of the opportunity that's there. If that's the attitude, then the Dolphins are going to be in good shape tonight.
Yeah, and I just looked at the inactive list. We only have 3 on there.
I know.
Like,
I know. I was wondering, is there a rule I don't know about that just came up or something that I thought you had to have at least 5 inactives?
yeah, right?
You know, I would imagine New Orleans has no inactives.
They're all either COVID or injured.
They don't have any. They don't have enough to get active, I would imagine, at this point, because football hasn't developed a G League like the NBA has. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what? Maybe this will inspire them to hook up with the XFL or one of those other leagues so they can now have a minor league system tied to their league just for these kind of, situations down the line. You never know, man. But it is what it is. Now, the great part about this, Doug, is we watched Mac Jones, the man in the box, pee in his pants yesterday. We watched Justin Herbert after all this love that was thrown his way, and he still could be a good quarterback down the line as it all. But all these people that were like, "Oh no, Herbert's the guy and Tua is not." Well, yesterday he peed in his pants and gave up that pick 6 against a terrible team. You know what I mean? This is a moment for Tua to stick it to a lot of people.
100%, and especially like I said, they're it's not only their offense that is so beat up, it's their defense as well. They don't have their starting safety, they don't have their starting linebackers. This is the perfect time for Tua to come out. Now don't do what you're not used to. Like, don't try to get flashy, try to throw. Just do what you do. Like Peyton Manning said, take what's given to you, cash it in and win this game, because you hit the nail on the head. 2 interceptions back-to-back games from Mac Jones. It looks like crap Jones. You have Justin Herbert, who threw the pick 6. They could have marched down the field and potentially tied that game. Throws the pick 6. This is the time, the night that Tua comes out. He plays his heart out in that dome, where I'm pretty sure he's played his heart out in that dome before.
Yeah.
And puts the Miami Dolphins at the 7th seed. And then me and you can start talking playoffs.
Right, yeah. No, it's legit now. I mean, the good thing about this weekend was that everything fell into place, but none of it means anything if you don't win tonight, dude.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And next week, you and I, when we do the show on Tuesday, it won't mean as much if you lose tonight. Exactly. We'll be frustrated about it. But if you win tonight, the momentum continues, the confidence builds. And, one of the things that I talked about on the show was, dude, you're facing Sean Payton, Mike Vrabel, and Bill Belichick. So, you're facing 3 of the better coaches, 2 of the elite coaches, and 3 of the better coaches in this league over the next 3 weeks. This is a great way to put a bow on the end of the season.
Yeah, and it's funny because a lot of people are starting to talk about, the win streak this, the win streak that, because easy teams. Look at what's happening now with Tennessee. Julio Jones going on the COVID list. They're dealing with that. It's lining up. It's just the 7th win on the 7th of the. It's everything's lining up for Tua and the Dolphins to take this win, and that's why I'm getting so nervous. Because it should happen. It should happen. They should win tonight by at least 7. But
what do you expect in the running game? Do they go back to? I would like to see them give, Duke a shot. But dude, they're so scheme oriented.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Duke touches the ball only 3 or 4 times in this game, and Gaskin is the main guy. A guy asked, two different guys asked me about, should I start Gaskin or Duke?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going back to Gaskin because that's who's been the most consistent guy that they go to every time. So what do you think happens today? Do they start with Duke or do they go back to, Gaskin?
Well, with the fact that Savon Ahmed is inactive, I think you're going to really see Philip Lindsay, Duke, and Gaskin. You're going to get that 1-2-3 punch, and you'll see Lindsay on that 3rd down back, because we missed that. The 3rd down backs really helped, get more protection for Tua to potentially throw the ball down the field. I think they'll run with the hot hand, and if Duke starts to not show, have that back-to-back game of showing he's hot, I think you'll start to see Gaskin start to rotate in. But I think that's the top two, and I think you'll see Philip Lindsay a little bit. But they got to start with Duke. He's the hot hand right now. Everyone's loving on him. 100-yard rusher for the first time since December of last year. You got to put Duke in there, see what he can do. But it's someone actually asked me the same question, Duke or Gaskin, and I'm like, my man, you're going up against the fifth best run defense in the NFL. Neither.
By the way, one of our insiders, Omar Kelly, tweeted out that Duke was taking first-team reps in warm-up. So it looks like maybe they will give him a chance to prove that last week Duke wasn't a fluke.
Yep. Yeah. And I honestly think that this game is just going to come down to defense on defense and just make Book look like the guy who found out Thursday that he is starting. Like, the man had 3 days to get ready for this game. Like, take advantage of that.
I'm with you there. By the way, do you think, Doug, that without the strong safety, without two of the linebackers, that the Dolphins will also use the running backs as receivers a lot in this game? Because I got a feeling that they're going to, and they have a lot of pass-catching backs on this team. Mm-hmm. The aforementioned Duke, along with Gaskin, along with Philip Lindsay that you just mentioned. All three guys can hurt you in the passing game.
Yeah, and I forgot what game it was. It might have been the Giants game where they started using Durham Smythe a lot too, and that RPO rolling him out. I expect them to attack the linebackers and safeties with a good dose of, like you said, the running backs, but not only them. You get Gesicki and you get Smythe in there. Maybe Hunter Long will start to pop up. You never know.
Yeah, no, well, they started to give him a little bit of time. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you something. What makes you nervous about this matchup? What do you fear from the Saints?
That it's so in the Dolphins' favor. That's what makes me so nervous. We could be a 14-0 team taking on an 0-14 team, and I will be more nervous than taking on a 13-1 team. It's just the years of this. I think the last time I didn't feel this nervous was in 2016 when we went into week 17, already had the bye, had the playoffs clinched. It's just, this is the game that the Dolphins should win. Going into it maybe about 3-4 weeks ago, no, because the Saints are a better team even with whoever their quarterback is. But right now, their offensive line is completely decimated. Their defense is also now decimated. All they have is really their front. And it's like, this is perfect. You have Parker, who's a great 50-50 man. Get him the ball. We got Waddle back. If they run any type of zone, we're going to torch them. We got Duke, who just came off 100 yards. Like, we have all this stuff stacking up that Dolphins should win. Like, people should be. And that's what makes me nervous, that we should win.
Who's the player on defense you think could have the biggest game?
Oh, Javon Holland. I need to see him come back. I need to see him just – I want Kamara to be nervous to hit some of those gaps with Javon coming downfield. Like, he was missed so much last week watching Zach Wilson break tackles. I can't wait. Him and Agba, I'm excited to see what they can do, especially against this rookie.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And remember, they didn't blitz nearly as much last week without Holland. Now having Holland back, I think that they're going to be blitzing a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And here's the other, where are you with Ian Book? Because he's a guy that I know he's tough, and I know he can run, but I don't fear his arm. I don't fear him as a passer. So where are you at with Ian Book?
I'm not as nervous as I would have been with Taysom Hill, because Taysom Hill is a little bit more dangerous with his legs. But Ian Book, like you said, he's dangerous. He'll roll out, and if you get him out and you have him running, it's that whole breaking down of the play situation where now your corners are running around with like a chicken with the head cut off. You keep Ian Book in the pocket, which we're good at doing, and you pressure him up the middle, he's going to make some dumb mistakes. So It's like the Miami Hurricane versus Notre Dame game. Just make him look stupid and get some interceptions and win this game.
All right, so Doug, what's the prediction? I know you're nervous, but you're not picking the Saints, are you?
No. We got to win this one. We got to be sitting there at the 7th seed. We got to enjoy the rest of this week going into Tennessee. We control our destiny when it comes to the playoffs. I have the Dolphins winning this one 20-13. I have them winning this one by a touchdown, but I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be defense.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got 17-9. They settle for 3 field goals, and the Dolphins get a couple touchdowns and a field goal, and walk away from the Big Easy with the win. Doug, tell the folks about your show, since I'm always on your show on Tuesdays. So now we figured out a way to do the crossover here. But tell them about your show, my man.
Yeah, you check me out, youtube.com/DudleyDoWrong. I do videos about 5-6 times a week. Me and Big O do our show, record it Monday, put it out Tuesday. I think this week we're doing it Tuesday, I'm going to put it out Tuesday. I'm putting it out Tuesday. But I break down film, I break down preview, post game, I do draft, I do everything. And you're going to see me and Big O connecting a lot more.
No doubt about that. Doug, as always, you're a stud, my brother. Enjoy the game. I'm sure you and Dad are going to be watching the game, right?
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, bud.
All right, man. You be good, my brother. We'll talk on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
You got it. There you go. Dougley Do Wrong, baby. Check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Also, we want you to subscribe. Make sure you support Doug. Do it on Twitter. Also, he's on social media, so make sure you support him there. Also on social media. Very good dude, as always. You know who's also really good? Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises. Love Tommy. This is one of the best human beings you will meet. He is a great man, great family man. All right. He's got 5 sons. All right. So check out the website, Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. If you're looking for a roof, you want somebody you can trust, right? Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises is the one you can trust. Listen, they've earned the AAA plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. They're licensed and insured. They got highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. They specialize in all types of roofs. So please call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Support the people that support our show, and you are getting someone that is absolutely awesome at all of this, okay? AAA plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. They've been at this for over 25 years. They use the top quality grade materials from the best manufacturers to create that roof to protect your family, your pets, and everything that is important to you. That roof is about the most important thing, fighting all the crazy elements that we have here in South Florida. So please call them 954-735-9826. Save it on that cell phone, 954-735-9826. Or go to the website, Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. All righty. 855-912-1056 if you want to get in on the program. That's 855-912-1056. You can also reach out to us on Twitter, Big O Show. Follow us there, as always, at Big O Show. You can also you can also make a donation through Cash App or Venmo. That's Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Gesicki needs to play like a top 5 tight end tonight. Well, they got to use him. Too many times they put him on the bench at times, and it's just a weird thing. You're outside of Waddle, he's your most reliable guy. Gesicki and Waddle are 2 guys that would never leave the field for me. Waddle doesn't, but somehow or another, I don't know how Gesicki finds his way to the bench, and he's standing there on the sidelines. To me, I just don't understand it. Gesicki is a playmaker, has been a playmaker for this team. He's not a problem, okay? It's more along the lines of the coaching staff using him the right way and in a more consistent fashion, all right? That's, to me, the way I see it. Let's see what else. Tampa ain't show out with a superior offense. We won't either. Defensive game. Yeah, no, listen, Zo Vegas, who in the world could argue with you on that one, right? Nobody can argue with you on that one. This Saints defense, now, this one's a little more injury-riddled than even the one the Bucs faced, but this Saints defense shut down Brady and the Bucs. So if they can shut down Brady and the Bucs, obviously it's going to be a struggle for this team. And that'll be the interesting part for Tua, for the offensive line, getting Waddle back, all of these things. That if they can go out there and even have more success than Tom Brady, that would be impressive in itself. So it makes a lot of sense. And that's why I'm not putting this as a high-scoring affair. But I think there will be some points here because the Saints, man, you cannot allow the Saints to beat you with Ian Book, bro. You cannot allow the Saints to beat you with 21 people on the COVID list. You're the healthier team. You're playing the better football right now. You've got to show it out. You may not. The only part that you're not superior in right now is the coaching. It's obviously Sean Payton is better than Brian Flores every day of the week and twice on Sundays. And maybe, you know what, I'll give it to their pass rushing duo over Miami's because obviously Miami's is still in the proving stages. Davenport and Jordan have turned out to be a pretty good 1-2 punch. And this is Davenport's best year, too. I believe this is his third year now in the league. Michael says, what is going to happen when he bombs this game and loses a chance at the playoffs again? What's going to happen? Who are you talking about? Have no idea who you're talking about, Michael. That's the problem there. Unless you're having a conversation with somebody else, I don't understand what you're talking about there. Let's see, what else do we have here on the text line? Let's see. Doug is the eternal optimist. Have to like that he always has faith in the team year after year of pain. Give him that. At one point or another, we all have to have some kind of hope at times. You know, sometimes they suck the life out of you and you don't have that hope and you lose out on it. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. Let me see the text line. Big O, can't lose tonight after all this. Reminds me of Herb Brooks' speech before the 1980 gold medal game. If you lose this game, you'll take it to your effing grave. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's not that desperate, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Low scoring game dominated by defenses. The team that reaches 13 points will win. Correction, the offense that scores at least 13 will win. I think defenses on both sides may have scoring opportunities. I can't argue with that. That's definitely a possibility that they would have an opportunity at scoring both defenses. I'm with you there. No doubt. That would make a lot of sense. Ragin says, if you aren't going to support the Finns, win or lose, why bother? Give up or find another team. Right about that. I mean, they've done a lot of losing the last 25 years, and most of us come back every single year, right? We don't stop, right? We still love the Dolphins. We still love to talk about it. We still love to root for them. I mean, we're real fans. You know, real fans don't give up on your team just because they suck. It's terrible that they suck, but you hang in there, man. That's why you're a fan. You know, there's no skill to jumping from one good team to another and not riding out the bad times. You know what I mean? You own a business, you'll have good times, you'll have bad times. You get married, you'll have good times, you'll have bad times. You know what I mean? Unless you're married to my wife, then you'll have no bad times. But outside of that, most of the time, you know, there's going to be some rough patches. AH360 says, we are losing a great opportunity to grade this team with all of New Orleans missing players. None of it matters, bro. It's winning 7 in a row is what matters. And if you go and win against Tennessee, that's 8. And if you can beat New England, that's 9. Doesn't matter who's on the field or not. That's a hell of an accomplishment in any league at any time, man. You got to give them love if they continue to win. And this will be a tough matchup for them tonight. They're not going to blow this team out. Russ says, Big O, let's hope that this team isn't overlooking the Saints. I wouldn't have this, though, if Flores was competent at his job. The guy's been outcoached by Urban Meyer, so lost my faith in him a while back. No, I get it. I don't think he's a great X's and O's coach at times. He has his shortcomings. I'm with you there. But overall, I don't think that they'll be overlooking the Saints. The Dolphins, all they have to do is look at the Saints shutting down the Bucs. So there's no reason to overlook the Saints. If the Dolphins overlook the Saints, it'd be as irresponsible as it gets. But they're not good enough to overlook anyone. That's the way I see it. These stupid Tua haters love to put the whole game on Tua. What about the line and receivers and play calls? Haters never quit. You're right. You are correct. Marvin Choked says Ian Book is a scrambler to the right, checking highlights. Big O, he runs for his life like he's bootlegging, likes to bootleg. Yeah, I know. That's why I think they'll do that, because they'll cut off half the field for him. And they'll make it simple for him and give him a high-low read. That's what they're going to do. I see a lot of that and a lot of running in tonight's game. I agree. As a Notre Dame fan, if Miami loses to Ian Book, then you need to consider firing the whole staff. Can't lose to Ian Book tonight, man. You got to win. Michael, I agree. You gotta win this game. Ernest says in Toronto they're still rooting for their Expos. You mean in Montreal they're rooting for the Expos? In Toronto they're not rooting for the Expos, right? They're rooting for the Blue Jays. It doesn't matter who you play, it's how you play. That's right, how you play. I don't care if the team is struggling. This narrative that Flo is a bad coach is idiotic. Shaking my head. Jay Hurt says, protect the edges. Don't let him out of the pocket. Pressure him up the middle all night. I got you. I'm with you there. You do that, you'll be just fine. All right, folks. We thank Sean Stanley, of course, putting it all together. Appreciate him. We thank Doug Lee for joining us. We thank Joe Shad for joining us, as always. Remember, we're going to be back for the post-game show. We'll have the press conference from Brian Flores, hopefully a victory press conference from Brian Flores, hopefully a victory press conference from Tua and any of the other players that made an impact. We'll have that. Cameron Wolf will be joining us in the post-game show. Omar will join us also, Omar Kelly and Alan Pupar. All will be joining us during the post-game show. So make sure you do not miss it. We will cover this wall-to-wall for you in the post-game, and we'll be here at Sports Grill. So come on out. Still about a couple tables left here, but place is packed, man. We got a great crowd. We'll see you guys out here for the post-game show. Appreciate all of you out there for tuning in. Don't forget to smash the like button before you're gone. Thank you all, as always. We'll see you right after the Dolphins beat the New Orleans Saints right here on the Big O Radio Show.
This is the Big O Show.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available, from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
It's the Big O Show.